Hello, sweet angels. Welcome back to this prophetic corner of the world on YouTube. My name is Amanda, your intuitive BFF and faith spiritual girly, and I have been called to share the message of God with you today. So we're going to continue on with Isaiah 55:5 and just continue reading along because I was reading this last night and I just felt Jesus coming in and God just saying, deliver this message today because I feel like we're moving through such massive transformation and change. And we're being asked to look at a lot of our cycles and patterns in our lives, but there's also a lot of challenges coming up to the surface. So we might be starting to doubt ourselves. And we might also be starting to question, whether or not we're meant to stay in certain places. And this can cause a lot of fear and a lot of worry. So, this part in the Bible, I really, really gravitated to last night. I asked God, you know, what would what would you have me know? And I opened up to this page again and it says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts." And I want to pause there because I genuinely feel that what Jesus and God are saying is that we have thoughts as humans, but sometimes our spiritual thoughts or our spiritual truth can be blinded by our ego. And so we can only think so far. It's almost like we have a glass ceiling that we just can't seem to break out of regarding a situation in our life. But when he says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts," what I feel like he's saying is that surrender over to me the situation at hand and just truly allow clarity to come through you. Allow me to give you my thoughts. Allow me to place peace within your mind, knowing that I can see more than you can right now. I have full visibility. He says, "As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways." And what I really rejoiced in here was like knowing that he's almost taking this bird's eye view, looking at our lives. He understands that although something might feel uncomfortable right now, this is the path forward. But he can also see where we can't. Maybe it's because we're just so blinded by this cycle that we're living in that we just can't seem to step outside of ourselves and become a witness to our reality. But I feel like here he's offering that extension to become a witness of our reality, to take on that third person point of view and to look at yourself and to look at your life from that lens of the Christ consciousness. Look at your lens from the seventh plane, from the heavens, and see it through his eyes. There's only so much we can do and so much we can see here on the ground in our physical form. But when we remember who we are and lean back into our love, into our light, but also surrender and know that the Lord God has us, the more peace we can bring into our lives. So I feel like this is exactly the message that has been coming through, which is My thoughts are not your thoughts. And and as the heavens are higher than the earth, so my ways are higher than yours. So God has a plan. And whatever it looks like on the surface right now, know that there is a greater plan, that that's not all the pieces to the puzzle. And we're not meant to know all the pieces to the puzzle. We're simply meant to just surrender and be here and now and extend gratitude and forgiveness to ourselves and to others. And I also just feel like coming back into whatever you might be going through right now, whatever self-doubt or self-loathing or unworthiness might be coming up, just know that those are not the thoughts of your divine self. And those are the thoughts of society, of your ego, just trying to keep you trapped into a jail cell so that you don't understand, and so that really you don't understand who you truly are, and you don't come back into your Christ light. um, and I also just want to just send out like so many prayers and blessings right now, because I understand that there's a lot of hardships going on and it may not make any sense at the moment, but there is a higher plan here. And just ask yourself. So God is saying right now, if we just want to take a moment and just ask ourselves what it is we can do for us today to bring ourselves joy, to make ourselves smile. How can we extend gratitude to ourselves? Because when we cultivate that love that we have for ourselves, we can cultivate it and out into the world. We must remember to fill our cup up with love and light so that we can extend the fullest expression of ourselves out into the world. But when we don't do that, we pour from an empty cup. We pour from a place of lack. So how are we ever supposed to seek and find the Lord when we feel empty inside? But perhaps that's also when the Lord can reach us most. It's all perspective and how you look at it. So today I invite you to take on a different perspective and to know that there is a different lens being offered to you today. And that we can really just step out of our own cycle, our own mental pattern, and just ask God to come in and show you, how would you have me see the situation? And whatever you hear, whatever you feel, just follow that. So thank you guys so much for today's message. I pray over you that it resonated in some way, shape, or form. Just know that we're all in this together, and the more we can shine our light and learn to love ourselves and to call and walk with God, then the more we're going to cultivate love, peace, and joy within the world. So thank you so much. And like I said, if this message resonated for you at all, be sure to like, share, and follow along for more guidance and more messages on how you can walk with God and just live an intuitively guided life. Thank you so much. Many blessings.